Hey everyone, Jamie here. Welcome to episode 3. Today we talk supplements.
But I'm a little stronger now. Let's go in.
Fly at 'em like choppers, better took those risks, cold blood in my fists, we fire starters, one out of a million will reach those heights, always in a feeling that I won't deny, that work, never could toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rise. Trying to make sense of it all comprised. Highs, been in these skies. Never stuck down, feeling paralyzed, but I'm up now. We all too late to fall. Yeah, anyone coming up, I left them all. Never look down when this risk involved. They got guts, got a lot, I gotta wish it off. Ain't got no feelings, we just flowing. Yeah, I'm that grain of sand that made it out the ocean. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion.
Alright, welcome back to episode 3 of my Road to the ICN stage. So today I just want to cover what supplements I'm currently taking for this cut. Now, just a bit of a disclaimer, supplements aren't necessary, however they're going to be the icing on the cake. They're going to aid you in maintaining lean muscle mass, helping to cut, and just overall recovery in general. Now, I'm going to go through and describe each thing I'm taking and what it does in the human body. So firstly, we're going to cover protein powder. Now, protein powder has always been a staple in the diet. It is always going to be a staple in the diet. Now, you can get protein through food. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to take protein powder. However, it is a more cost-effective and convenient way of topping up your protein for the day. So if you can, get your protein through food, and then if you need additional protein throughout the day, then to top it up, have protein powder. Now what I've got here is the salted caramel by Real One. Honestly, the best flavor I have tried in a very, very long time that doesn't have high amounts of sugar. So this one here has got 24 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbohydrates, and 2 grams of fat. Now, I usually, when I have it, I have around 2 scoops a day, and I mix it with my oats usually. So I'll put a protein powder in my cooked porridge, and then mix it around with berries, peanut butter, whatever I feel for that day, whatever is going to fit my macros for the day. And protein is just going to help with overall recovery for your muscles, because the biggest thing is you want to be able to recover as fast as possible so you can train again while also holding on to as much muscle mass as possible. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to cover that branches off from that is my BCAAs. So this formula from Real One is it's called Essential 9. So it's your branched chain amino acids with the rest of the EAAs. So protein is made up of essential amino acids, non-essential amino acids. And these amino acids, they're called essential because your body cannot create them. So you need to consume them via food. And that's why you take supplements. What they've done is there is 3 amino acids that are included in the 9 essential amino acids, and those are branched chain amino acids. They are bonded chemically. They are branched chain through their chemical structure. Now what they do is they excrete those branched chain amino acids and put them into a supplement. And the 3 amino acids in the branched chains is leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Leucine is going to be the main one you want to take. So even if you want to take leucine on its own, leucine is the main one you're going to take. Leucine is going to be the one that is going to help with muscle protein synthesis. So it is going to help kickstart that recovery process in order to build new muscle. And it's also going to help maintain muscle, and also it helps with insulin within the body. So the studies I've read, you need 2 to 2.5 grams of leucine in order to kicks up that protein synthesis. Now this one here has a full clinical dose of 5 grams, which I love, plus the rest of the EAAs, because a lot of the formulas you will pick up on the market have crazy amounts of underdosed BCAAs in it, and then topped off with the EAAs and a lot of other filler ingredients. But you need a minimum clinical dose of certain ingredients to be able to be effective within the human body. So this is fully dosed, which is amazing, tastes amazing, and it's also got your electrolyte blend in there for hydration, which is awesome. Following on from BCAAs, we have the Clear Muscle. Now the Clear Muscle is basically a free acid version of HMB. Now what HMB is it's a metabolite of leucine, so one of the branched chain amino acids. Now HMB in the studies that I've read show that HMB is 20 times more potent than leucine. However, where it kind of falls short is leucine kickstarts protein synthesis, but is not as good as being anabolic and making you hold on to that lean muscle mass as HMB is. So they kind of work synergistically together to be able to help with recovery and maintain lean muscle mass. So this is going to help with kickstarting protein synthesis, and your HMB is going to be used for your body not tapping into that lean muscle. So this is going to help you maintain as much lean muscle as possible. Now going on from that, creatine. Now creatine is the most researched ingredient in the market to date. It has a lot of misconceptions with it. A lot of people think it's, related to anabolics, so steroids, which it's completely not. There are a lot of myths around creatine. Basically what creatine is an energy donator. So in your body you have a short burst energy system, and it's the most utilized energy system called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Now you have 3 phosphates in this system. When you lift weights, one of those phosphates gets depleted. What creatine does is donates to that. So you're able to train with shorter rest periods, but it also increases your strength as well. Now let's kick up one of the myths of creatine. One of the myths of creatine is you're going to have a lot of water weight. Yes and no. Your muscle will pull in water to its cells, and that's where the water goes, not exterior and to make you look like you're overweight. That's just a cop out, I believe, so that when people get overweight they blame it on creatine. Another myth is you need to cycle creatine. Not true. You can if you want, but you don't need to cycle creatine. With creatine, creatine's in food, like creatine's in steak and some other foods. However, you do not need to cycle creatine. You can take it all year round as long as you're taking 5 grams a day. Now the other thing, it's not really a myth, is creatine saturation. So a lot of the tubs will say you need to take, say, like 20 grams a day to saturate your muscles of creatine, and so that when you get to maintenance, it's already in your system, your muscles are already saturated and ready to use. Creatine saturation can be true, however, you'll end up just going to be paying more in the long run, and people use it as a marketing thing to make you buy more. What I'd suggest is you take 5 grams, which is a clinical dose of creatine monohydrate, post-workout. Now that's another thing people say, you need to take a pre-workout, but it doesn't kick in that fast. What it does is it stays in your system until your body can utilize it and it actually needs it. So you take 5 grams of this post-workout, and then, however, if you're training different times every day, you just take it the same time every day, even on rest days. So even if you're not training, you still take it on the same day, same time. So say if you're training 5 o'clock one day, and then AM, and then you train at 8 o'clock at night the next day. What you would do is, say you pick a time, say 9 o'clock in the morning. Every day at 9 AM, you take your creatine. So that's what I suggest with creatine. Don't always listen to the myths that are out there. People also say that it destroys your kidneys. It can if you take a high dose for a long period of time, say like 20 to 30 grams. That's why I recommend I say 5 grams. It is really helping with my strength so far. I'm going to keep it on my cut as long as possible. I will probably cut it out about 3 weeks before, depending on how I'm looking, how lean I am. The last thing I want to cover is fat burners. Now I'm taking HP's OxyShred at the moment. Fat burners are comprised of a whole lot of ingredients to help with fat transportation, thermogenesis, energy, metabolism, ramping. So there's a whole range of bases that fat burners cover. Now you do not need fat burners. However, it gives you an edge. I would not usually incorporate fat burners until sort of the last half of my prep. However, I just use it as energy supplement anyway, like in replace of a pre-workout for energy. So it's not going to hurt. Now, one of the main ingredients I want to cover in this is your L-carnitine ingredient. Now, L-carnitine is the fat transporter, so it's going to shuttle fat cells to the mitochondria of the muscle to get utilized as energy. It's basically a fat transporter. Now with this, you need a minimum clinical dose of 1 to 2 grams of L-carnitine. So yeah, you don't need fat burners, but they are, like all the supplements, they're an edge to your cut basically. It's going to help you drop body fat a little faster, but it's not going to work wonders. You're not going to take it and you're not going to drop 20 kgs in one night. If you are not in a caloric deficit, if you are not burning more calories than you're consuming, you will not burn fat. Same thing with this. If you are taking this expecting to eat as much crap as possible and have a fat burner, you will not burn fat. It is that simple. So that is my supplement stack for this prep. Now I want to do a massive shout out to ICN. If you are natural and you do want to compete in this show, it is coming very close to crunch time with the show, but if you are lean at the moment, you do want to compete, I will link their Facebook page and their Instagram down below, so go check them out. Definitely give them a follow, and also to the sponsors of all these, FitFam, give a shout out to them as well. So make sure you give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Any questions, fire them down below, give it a like, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.